Hello and welcome to my shop. This is Jim Dedman, Sawlogs Plastic Hubs. Hope you enjoyed today's video. We'll be doing something interesting, so hang around. Let's have fun. Now, excuse this first piece, it's handheld. This morning I come out to the shop without the camera and I put a couple of more jars up on the shelf as part of my organizational effort. This is something I've been starting to do, to put loose, odd stuff in all around the shop, make it visually easy to see since I have limited storage areas. And here, that one jar is empty. Is actually, I try to use quart type jars. The one on the ends of mayo is a peanut butter jar. I got some washers in it. That's some staples, like wire staples that I have. That's an empty one. Some of these here was here before. Basically screws of stuff that I use, more screws of stuff. Over here in the back corner, if you might could see it, it's some shoulder bolts that odd and end. Of course, you see all my cordless drills hanging there. And then here over here next to the window, it's a smaller, like sausage jars and stuff that's got different kind of connectors and stuff in them. Again, this is the stuff you can just use for various projects. So I've done that a little bit this morning. Here we go. This has been a busy week for me, and I'm really wanting to show you. See these rags here, towels, actually sheets. This is a set of sheets that was in the house that had a rip, set of fitted sheets. And I don't like throwing stuff like this away. It makes good rags. So this is more wiping rags for the shop. In case you notice, my wiping rags are always look like old towels or stuff. Some of them actually was some old wore out towels that come out of my mom's stuff when I cleaned out her house that I've had for years. With that being said, let me turn this thing around. I'll make a little announcement that'll probably be on this video. I'm shooting this video on October 23rd. I'm looking down at my phone because I have terrible times with dates. This is a Tuesday. Sunday the 21st, my mother passed away. She was up at a local nursing facility and she had some issues Saturday evening into Sunday morning. They tried to do some surgery and unfortunately she just didn't pull through on us. So this week I've been kind of busy in the shop. When you see this announcement, we'll done have our services and everything finished up. They're going to be Thursday of this week. Thursday and Friday. Thursday evening is for a visitation and local funeral home, and Friday will be a graveside service at her home church cemetery. You probably won't see this for at least 2 weeks after that. Normally I shoot video up, and right now I have probably 3 different videos already ready to go out, which will be probably one Friday of this week and 2 of them next week. And what this slop in the shop may not even go out till somewhere in November. So if you follow me on Facebook, you will notice that on the Facebook page or whatnot. But I'm not going to make special YouTube announcement to the subscribers. I mean, it's a personal thing that we're going through. And there's another project I'm going to be starting a video, and you won't even see it till after the first of the year because it involves some Christmas presents. So with that being said, I'm going to get to work. We'll do some video work here. Have a good one. Alright, one of the things that I did, and there we go, and I did a while back, and I may have not showed this, is, well, I didn't have one, I kind of made one. Lazy man's way of doing this is changing chuck jaws, a lazy man's way. And I might have to go get me I got it off. So I've made some soft jaws a while back. I think you've seen the video. Well, I'm going to fixing to use my soft jaws that I've made. And just like Mr. Pete says, and a few other people, you want to make sure you got everything clean. What I'm doing for my viewers is sort of new to machining. You know, on a lathe, your chuck jaw, you know your chuck jaws are numbered 1, 2, and 3. So what I've done is I just forgot to do it actually. I went over to my workbench and stamped these jaws. I just made them. I didn't number them, which doesn't really matter until right now. Now that it begins to matter. The other thing too is you want to keep everything. You want to clean everything. You take a set of chuck jaws off your lathe, and is you want to clean them to install them, and make sure that you wipe them off. There's no dirt, nothing involved. Just have a wiping rag, and so. And I use an impact gun because I'm lazy and old. We never had such luxuries when I started out. So I went and got me some few short metric screws a while back for this, and made them up. And I'll put this down here in the drawer for the time being. But you know, always, and you can use compressed air. I mean, I'm not as anal as some people about compressed air, because working in the shop, people used it a lot. We actually done production work. There was a lot of blowing off of chuck jaws and stuff because you needed to sure everything was clean. So that doesn't sound good. What worries me when the screw doesn't start straight. Is it cross threading or something? And what's, you know, you don't want to do that. Let me check this. I don't want to get no further. Hang loose a minute. I don't know if you can see quite in the frame there. Let me see if I can bring you down. You see, I got a nut in there. It doesn't really matter what you use, as long as you use something to load the jaws with. And in this particular case, I'm going to be doing some figuring and get a boring bar up here and all that. And I'm going to try to use a large enough boring bar that I can do what I need to. And always use, in anything you do, as large a boring bar as you can, chucked up as short as you can, and all that good stuff. So right now I've got the boring bar. Let me go find let me tell you what I'm going to work with, figure out how deep. Okay, it's imperative to know what you're going to do before you do it. And the part I'm going to be making here to bore these jaws is I'm going to need about at least a 1/4 inch stick out of the jaws to do some outside machining on it. Or, you know, approximately 1/8 of an inch at least. So we're looking at approximately a 1/2. So I'm really going to hold these on about 1/4 of an inch. So that's the kind of the plan. I want to bore these jaws approximately 1/4 inch deep. So what I'm going to do here, I mean, I don't need to be exact to the point, but to make it easier to set the stops and everything, I'm going to reach right over here and get basically a indicator that'll travel a good bit, and set it in and set it. I don't know if you can see me setting it. Let me see if I'm back up enough you can see this. I just put the indicator back here. I don't see, you can see the indicator. And I'm touching on the front of the chuck jaw. I'm gonna make that 0. And then I'm gonna just turn this in, and I'm gonna go 100, 200, and 50 thousandths. That should be 1/4 of an inch right there. And then I'm going to do a quick sanity check to see if I can just kind of hold the scale up there and see if that's going to be, yeah, that's 1/4 of an inch. So if we do what I'm thinking we're going to do, yep. And then this is going to be, I'll tell you, I'm going to back it up a little under 1/4, because it's only about 3/16, maybe a half. I can kind of adjust the lengths to what I want them. So I'm going to bore these jaws to that point right there. I always set a work stop, and I always just set work stops. So with that being said, now all we got to do is figure out what we want to do to bore them. We're going to do this by hand, and these jaws are not even, and you know, there wasn't made to be even. The trueness in the chuck jaws are coming from what we're doing right here. It doesn't come from where their machine's true to begin with. Basically, they're loaded, and the trueness is coming from the boring of the jaw to the, you know, with basically the boring bar. Everything's locked good. We still get interrupted cut, obviously, and there's some variation in the chuck, you know, how the jaws are made. If you'll notice this outside, they're a little bit crooked, especially if you look at the piece on the inside. And if you'll notice, now I'm getting started, I've got pretty good little lips here on 2 of them and not even touching on 1. So like I said, this is loaded, and I'll show you again. So we, you know, basically that's all we're going to do is just bore this out. We're going to bore it out to where we're going to basically slip fit it to the sample. There's a good bit that will come out of these. I'm just going to show you the first little bit of boring the jaws here. And see if I'm still not even contacting the one jaw. I mean, it's a good thing I got to go a good bit to get diameter that I want here. So the reason I made these jaws out of aluminum instead of steel was because I just need something soft to hold them. So I'm just now beginning to touch on this jaw. So the next time through, I was off a good bit in how these was made. But again, this is not going to matter as much as you think. I'm still not getting contact yet. So what I want to do is get some contact and show you, you know, what we look like. I've got a good ways. This going to be a bored out to approximately 3 inches. And I didn't want to use the end of the travel, but then I wanted the part to come out when I set these up to where it'll be above the circles, the breakouts. So I'm beginning to touch. I'm going to keep boring this, and I'll bring you back. We're still boring away on these jaws. There's just a good bit of material to remove. And with this little lathe and rigidity of everything, and what I'm boring on, I don't want to go in there and take god-awful big cuts. And we're going in there about 1/4 inch deep. And this may still be too deep. Once I put my sample piece on it, I may end up having to face a bit off. But I think I'll be all right. Well, I can always face it off when I get into making these. So, because really I want to bore them and flip the stock around, return the other side to true it up. And then I'm going to actually saw these into slugs, and I'm going to machine them from slugs. That's kind of my plan. So with that being said, I'm going to kind of do it that way. We'll probably do a lot of the internal work, the boring bar. I've only seen pictures of these being made, by the way, what I'm making. I've never seen a video of them. I know some other YouTube creators have received some of these as gifts from the gentleman. And I think he must use some of the more popular channels. So I don't want to give away what I'm making the jaws for, because then I'd be giving away the project before my Christmas. So basically, this is part of a Christmas present that I got to make tooling for. And the beauty of soft jaws is once I use these, if I want to, I can cut these off and go in further. I mean, so I get several uses out of them. So I'm going to keep boring until I get close. I don't know if I showed, I think I did it earlier, but just in case somebody fast forwards, I have a stop. And I use stops a lot on my work. And I don't know if Grizzly ever made stops. I never could find any message of stops in the Grizzly catalog for my particular lathe. So I have one I've made, I machined. There's a video that was been on it way back in my earlier videos, way before I came here to Dallas, that I have. It's basically an aluminum stop. It's got a piece of threaded rod in it that I use for a work stop. So it's I'm just sort of roughing them out, as I said. Show you some more rough out footage. And this item I'm using, I'll just kind of hide it behind my hand because that might give away what we're making. I'm just a little bit big right there. I think that'll be all right. I didn't want to be quite that big. Well, sometimes you get talking. Let me double check and see if my work will clamp up in it the way I want it to. All is good, everything will face. So I'm going to go in here to the face and I will true the face up right quick. Those jaws are a little bigger than I wanted them to be. It's been a long time since I bored any jaws on anything. I used to bore jaws on CNC quite often back in the day. We done a lot of that. We made gears at Eaton, and we would bore a set of soft jaws out to allow our parts to fit. What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually go in there and put just a light kiss of a relief in them with this insert, and you'll hear it in just a second. Okay, that'll give me just a little bit of relief in there. That's good. And now we're good to go. I'll have to get a file here and do a little deburring, and we'll do just a touch of deburring here, and I might yeah, just a touch. Do a little deburring. I'll get back with you. I hope you enjoyed the video. So let's put a disclaimer out of the way. This video is my idea how to do things. It's not the only way. So I hope you enjoyed it today. The other thing, comments are always welcome. Please take the time, if you feel so inclined, to make a comment on my videos. Also, I appreciate all my subscribers, the new ones and the new ones. And finally, the other disclaimer. This is a copyrighted production of James Dedman, Sawlogs Plastic Hubs, for your enjoyment on YouTube. Thank you, have a great day, and we will see you in the next video.